The worst-kept secret in Derry is finally out in the open, but the truth is more horrifying than anyone imagined. Ingrid Kersh is not just Pennywise's daughter, she's his willing accomplice, and she's recruiting. In episode 6 of IT Welcome to Derry, the lines between victim and monster blur forever. Dick Halloran's mind becomes a haunted graveyard, and a racist mob descends on the black spot, playing right into the entity's ancient, bloody plan. We're breaking down every shocking revelation, from the 116-year-old woman in the attic to the glowing dagger that could be Derry's only hope. The episode confirms Ingrid Kersh is the daughter of Bob Gray, the original Pennywise the Dancing Clown, but the details of her life are a terrifying puzzle. The photo albums in her attic reveal a woman frozen in time, celebrating a 10-year anniversary in 1953, yet also a wedding in 1928. This discrepancy isn't a mistake, it's a clue. Born in 1900, Ingrid should be 116 years old in 1962, yet she appears middle-aged. The biblical passage hinted at by the license plate, "Do not cast me away when I am old," suggests a chilling possibility. It is sustaining her, granting her an unnaturally long lifespan as part of their twisted bargain. Her entire existence has been a long con to free the entity she believes contains her father's essence. Her job at Juniper Hill wasn't a coincidence. It was a perfect hunting ground for vulnerable, unmissable children. Her relationship with Hank Grogan was a ruse to create an alibi for the theater massacre. Every facet of her life has been meticulously crafted to feed the beast. When she tells Lily, "I did what I had to see him again," she's confessing to a century of complicity. Her donning the periwinkle clown costume isn't just nostalgia, it's a beacon, a way to make it remember the emotional hook it can use to manipulate her. She's the ultimate tragic figure, a woman so consumed by grief and the promise of reunion that she has become a monster herself, delivering generations of children to the thing that wears her father's face. This revelation redefines the threat in Derry. The enemy isn't just a shape-shifting alien, it's a corrosive ideology that has infected a human heart. Ingrid represents the human evil that enables the cosmic one. Her plan to show Lily something at the black spot is a masterstroke of manipulation. She intends to have it transform into Lily's pickled father, proving that those who die in Derry are never really dead. This offers Lily the one thing she desperately wants: her father back, in exchange for her soul. It's a recruitment drive. Ingrid isn't just a minion, she's a prophet building a congregation, and Lily, with her trauma and isolation, is the perfect first convert. The show is setting up a horrifying choice: join the cult of the clown or fight a war on two fronts, against the monster below and the monsters it has created in the streets above. Dick Halloran's storyline reaches a tragic crescendo. The black box in his mind, first introduced in Dr. Sleep as a psychic defense mechanism, has been shattered by it. The consequences are devastating and permanent. He is no longer a man who can see the dead, he is a man who cannot stop seeing them. His line, "As long as I don't pay them any attention, they don't really do anything. But if I open my mouth, the voices never stop," reveals a hellish existence. The dead of Derry, the forgotten, the missing, the eaten, now have a constant, screaming audience in Dick. This isn't just a power upgrade, it's a psychological dismantling. The Shine, his greatest gift, has been weaponized against him, turning his consciousness into a haunted house he can never leave. However, within this curse lies a potential key. Dick reveals two crucial rules. The dead always wander back to where they died, and they know things the living are not supposed to know. This opens up staggering narrative possibilities. Could Dick communicate with the spirit of the real Bob Gray to learn how he died and expose its lie to Ingrid? Could he find Lily's father to give her the closure that would make her immune to Ingrid's manipulation? His ability could become a way to unravel the entity's web of deceit by literally consulting the victims. But this power comes at the worst possible time. With General Shaw's pressure mounting and the black spot about to ignite, Dick is no state to be a guide or a soldier. His drunken stumble as the mob gathers is the image of a broken man. His internal world in ruins just as the external world is about to explode into flames. His journey is no longer about helping others survive it's about whether he can survive the onslaught of the dead long enough to be of any use. The ancient obsidian dagger, a shard of its celestial prison, is now firmly in the hands of the children, and it's their only tangible hope. Lily's possession of it marks a shift. She's no longer a victim to be protected, but a potential slayer. The dagger's glow in the presence of it or its influence, like the pickled daddy hallucination, confirms it as a supernatural compass and weapon. Her refusal to let anyone else touch it and her subsequent blow-up with Ronnie shows the isolating weight of this knowledge. She's becoming obsessed, and her freak-out at school mirrors Ingrid's own descent, a lonely person clinging to a dangerous artifact they believe holds the answer. This tension is fracturing the nascent Losers Club. Ronnie's cruel but understandable outburst, "We should have never let you out of Juniper Hill," shows how it divides even those who should be united. Meanwhile, the sweet, joyful romance between Rich and Marge serves a darker purpose. In horror, pure happiness is often a beacon for tragedy. Their adorable moments, the eye patch gift, the jar urination talk, are designed to make us care deeply. So the potential horror hinted at in the trailer, Marge clutching Rich's motionless hand in the mist, will land with maximum impact. The show is expertly contrasting these pockets of human connection with the spreading madness, making the impending attack on the black spot feel all the more catastrophic. The formation of the mob at the Falcon Tavern is where Derry's human evil organizes and puts on a literal mask. The Legion of White Decency, with its members wearing masks of Frankenstein, the vampire, and the clown, is a brilliantly meta touch. They are unconsciously adorning themselves with the forms of the very monster they are indirectly serving. Each member has a personal, hateful motive: the grieving father seeking vengeance, the fired Sheriff Bowers, the cuckolded Stan Kersh, the openly racist councilman. Their hunt for Hank is merely a pretext. They are a powder keg of bigotry and rage, and Pennywise or its influence has lit the fuse. This mob is the human instrument of the augury, the catastrophic event that caps each of its feeding cycles. The burning of the black spot won't just be an act of arson, it will be a mass sacrifice, a bonfire of fear and death that will satiate the entity and empower it further. The trailer hints that the military may succeed in retrieving one of the ancient pillars or the turtle shell container during this chaos. But at what cost? Shaw's mission is proceeding over a backdrop of a race massacre he either ignores or is complicit in. The convergence is deliberate. As the human world burns in hatred, the supernatural predator feeds, and the military attempts to loot its cage for parts. It's a perfect storm of depravity, and our characters are trapped directly in the middle. The trailer sleuthing points to an apostolic scale for the final episodes. The sentient, consuming mist rolling through Derry streets is a classic King terror. See the mist and suggests its influence is becoming uncontainable, spilling out from the sewers to envelop the entire town. The horrific shot of children, including Patty and her friends, floating unconsciously in a school hallway is a direct promise of large-scale public feeding. Pennywise is moving from hunting in shadows to openly harvesting in institutions. Most telling are the trailer's climactic images: Pennywise standing before a massive fire, the black spot, the discovery of a bloody carnival wagon, likely the origin point of Bob Gray's death, and the heart-stopping shot of Marge holding Rich's lifeless hand in the fog. The season is building to a total collapse of order. The finale will likely see the black spot atrocity, the military's fatal overreach with the artifact, Ingrid's attempted recruitment of Linny, and the kids forced to use the dagger in a last stand, all while Dick Hallorann navigates a waking nightmare of the dead. The feast is beginning, and Derry is on the menu.